brave souls to the arena of intellect and passion. This is Duel of the Debates. 9 valiant fighters, both decorated champions and new challengers, will engage in epic battles of wits, defending their opinions in the realms of film and television, all for one single goal: the crown. Each week this month, they will clash over the titles of Best Living Actor, Best Living Actress, and Best Living Director, leading to the ultimate final challenge. Prepare for a spectacle like no other. Let the debates begin.
This is Duel of the Debates. I won't. Most of us are going to be fighting to the death of our egos.
Yeah, Danny's actually over here with me as a moderator for once. This is our tournament of, we don't have a name for it yet. I guess we'll just say
Tournament of Champions.
Yeah, sure.
Something medieval sounding.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And we have 3 fighters today in our first round. Let's introduce them now. We got John back again. We got PK, Paul back again, and Joe on for the first time on Duel of the Debates. So this will be very interesting. And they will be vying for a crown.
Ooh, I didn't know there was a crown.
Yeah. So whoever gets this crown keeps it until the next time we do a tournament.
But you can't take it home. It's honorary.
Lame. Wow, I didn't know that. That's kind of
I was
kind
thinking
because
somebody might win and they might be like, "Oh shit, I forgot it, bro. I'm so sorry."
Oh, I forgot it.
Oh no.
Oh no.
It's mine forever. Sorry.
Yeah.
My rent was due. I'm sorry.
All right.
eBay.
All right, we got a lot to cover in the next
Drugs cost money.
little bit of this episode. So let's just get right to it right now. So,
Okay.
let's want to go over the
was
rules
your
for this
reason.
tournament here.
They were playing the
Danny?
intro.
I do want to go over the rules because this is a tournament and it's slightly different from how we've done it before. The objective is to convince the judge why your pick for the question is correct and the other fighters' picks are wrong, and we are the judges this time. Now, the rules, there's the arguments. There needs to be objective reasoning behind why you chose your answer. Like, for example, this is my example that I have in the PowerPoint. John Wick is better because Keanu Reeves looks like my cool band teacher from 8th grade. Not an acceptable argument.
Joe.
I mean, that's accurate.
Civility, although we can be passionate, there will be no sincere attacks on people's characters. We're all friends here.
John.
When have I ever done that?
It's okay.
I knew you made that rule for
Guys,
me.
it's
and I'm
okay.
like, I've never done
It was
that.
before you came on this, actually. We made
It was
it.
more for me because I'll be like, you stupid.
Guys, it's okay. I don't have any character to speak of, so it's okay.
The objectivity, when deciding the winner, this is for me and Dan, the decision must be based on the arguments presented in the debate, as we've had an issue before with PK on the show. For example, I like Danny's pick because he's amazing is not an acceptable reasoning, even though it's true.
It's not true.
It's true. And so this is the time where we changed a little bit. Normally, it would be a minute per fighter in all of these times, but we've upped it to 90 seconds.
So now let's pose the question, shall we, Danny? So this first question for this round of the tournament is the best actor of the last 25 years. So
You can't just say 21st century.
I could say
the
20.
21st century.
I've been going back and forth on it, but yeah, we're going with the last 25 years.
Okay.
You can pick an actor who's been, around for a long time. You just got to pick 2 movies that are in the 21st century from that actor to, give our audience some a look into why you picked this actor. And then in the free-for-all round, we're going to open it up to all of this actor's
Filmography.
I was going to say discography. My God.
The reason
Good
we
Lord.
did that is like, say for example, nobody picked this, but say somebody picked Al Pacino. His most iconic films are from before the 21st century.
Jack and Jill, my friend.
You know what? Never mind.
Iconically bad.
I saw that
I
in theaters.
rescind my opinion. But anyway, we wanted two films that are recent because people can lose it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So.
And let's go around the table now. You guys are going to say your actors. Paul, who did you pick?
I picked Jake Gyllenhaal.
If you've been a friend of the podcast for a while, you know John is a big Jake Gyllenhaal fan, and he's.
I better hurt you.
I know he's going to be able to go against his boy Jake Gyllenhaal, so we'll see how that goes. John, who'd you pick?
Daniel Day-Lewis.
I killed the last honorable man 15 years ago. Since then,
Very, very accomplished actor. Joe, who did you pick?
I picked the man, Josh Brolin.
You know, I brought an old buddy of yours. I bet you I'll go to him.
Josh Brolin, also a very good pick.
Everybody's playing to win.
Yes, and we have, so those two movies we talked about. What two movies do you guys have for, let's go with Jake Gyllenhaal. What two movies did you pick?
I picked, famously, Nightcrawler. I picked, not so famously, but still amazing, Nocturnal Animals.
All right. John, for Daniel Day-Lewis.
Gangs of New York and Lincoln.
All right. And Joe.
No Country for Old Men and Sicario.
Sicario, you changed it. Oh, I thought you were doing Infinity War.
Thanks.
I
was prepared for something else, but okay.
A completely different
Okay.
argument. There should be an asterisk on that.
Yeah, you said
I mean, if I had said that earlier, I will keep it as Infinity War.
you did say Infinity War.
You did.
So
All right.
we're going to say Infinity War.
It's
You
in
can
my
talk about
spreadsheet.
Sicario
You
and Free for All.
Yeah, you can bring up Sicario later.
But yes, so we're going to go with Infinity War. All right. Without further ado, let's finally get into this. So 90 seconds on the clock for Paul and
hold on.
Jakey Gyllenhaal.
Hold on.
Okay.
Just
We'll
pulling up
get
my
his
notes.
notes ready.
I barely used the 1 minute. What am I going to do for 90 seconds?
Well, you don't have to use the 90 seconds. That's just,
I was
we're
gonna
getting
say,
you a
I
bad
don't
time.
use the 60 half the time anyway.
All right. Paul, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You're on the clock.
Okay, why is Jake Gyllenhaal the best actor of the last 25 years? Because Jake Gyllenhaal consistently for the last 25 years has put out quality movies. Even if the movies themselves are not the greatest, Jake Gyllenhaal always elevates that material. All right, in Nightcrawler, he gives probably one of the greatest performances you'll see of the last 25 years, or even, I'll say all time. Because you know what? He plays a skinny guy. You look at it, you look at his silhouette, he's not threatening whatsoever. But you look into his beady eyes, you listen to the way he talks, and he's borderline terrifying. All right, but Jake Gyllenhaal plays him in such a way that he's also very funny. And Jake Gyllenhaal went into it when he read the script. The dialogue was so good, but he saw the humor in it, and that's how he played it up. He also said that in playing Nocturnal Animals, he plays actually a dual role. He plays a failed writer, who's giving his new novel to his ex-wife to read. He plays both the guy in real life and the main character of the story. He plays a very weak individual who loses his family. His wife and daughter get kidnapped, raped, and murdered. And he's looking to avenge their deaths. He has many crash outs in that movie, but you know what? He also plays a romantic lead in real life. Shows the range there. Jake Gyllenhaal is the best actor of the 21st century. That is how it should be. That's how it should be read, and that's how it should be said.
All right. Very nicely done there. We're going to move on to John with Daniel Day-Lewis. Whenever you're ready, you're on the clock.
So acting in and of its core is pretending to be someone else so much so that it's believable to an audience. And the person that has done it best, not only within the last 25 years, but probably in acting history, is Daniel Day-Lewis. His method acting completely involves him into a role where you can't confuse him for anybody else. He is selective in his movie picks because that's how much he loves these movies. Every movie he's in is based off his role. He's probably one of, if not the most awarded actor in the last 25 years. He has done stuff that has gone into Movie Hall of Fame. So Gangs of New York, one of the most known, probably top movies of all time, and it was all based on his performance as Billy the Butcher. And again, I'm going to go into all the method acting that he does to fully dive into this character, but someone who can be one of the best villains in movie history then flipped it in 2012 and became one of the most iconically known icons of history, Abraham Lincoln. And again, that's because of how much diving he did into this character. Regardless of the 25 years, all of his stuff has been recent. Within that 25-year window, everyone else is trying to be like Daniel Day-Lewis because he's the epitome of what acting is.
All right. You still have 15 seconds, but you're good?
Dude, I cut
All
off
right,
early
he's
every
good.
time.
You can do an
All
Irish
right.
Jake for 10 seconds.
All right.
Play the song.
Riverdance.
All right. Joe, Josh Brolin, whenever you're ready, you're on the clock.
All right, Josh Brolin is the best actor of the last 25 years because he delivers performances that, he doesn't have necessarily a lot of dialogue, but the dialogue that he does have hits. In No Country for Old Men, I mean, he started off as a protagonist and slowly became a villain throughout the movie because he stole the money. And, you look forward to him, like, hitting these, like, great acting moments throughout the movie where, he acts with his emotions and, like, facial features that, like, really elevate his performance. And in Infinity War, he can play like a villain as well and be iconic. I think if you put anyone else in that role as Thanos, it would be a very different movie, and it would not be as successful as it is without him there, because he brought that intensity to the performance. He has that sinisterness in his like mannerisms and the way he performs, and you believe that he was this space, villain that absolutely would destroy the universe
15.
to bring balance. And I think that is just something that only he could do in that role. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool. All right. Moving on to our rebuttal round. You guys can, take aim at each other. Again, don't attack each other's character. But,
Danny.
Danny, yeah.
Danny.
I'm not a fighter. I can make fun of everybody right now.
All right. Paul, rebuttal round. 90 seconds whenever you're ready.
Okay, so I will not go after your character, but I will go after Daniel Day-Lewis's character. Yeah, it's very easy to get into a role when you're given 10 years to do it, because he only does a movie every 10 years. And by the way, on his last movie, Phantom Thread, maybe got a little too into the part because he basically used that role as an excuse to be a dick to everybody on set. That's not what method acting is. That's just being an asshole. Yeah, you like that. Josh Brolin, first of all, like his first movie was Goonies, or one of his first movies, big movie was Goonies. And then he basically for the next 20 years became a journeyman actor. Like he did movies consistently, but nobody talked about it, nobody cared. And part of that might be people might have, called him a Nepo baby, all that with his father, James Brolin there. But he eventually did break out with No Country for Old Men and did break out into leading man roles, but how many of those are really great movies? You look at something like Oldboy, not that great. And then when you talk about Thanos,
30.
Thanos, yeah, was the biggest villain of all time. But you know what happened after they defeated Thanos in Endgame? What was the first movie after that? Far From Home. Who played the villain in that movie? Jake Gyllenhaal. Jake Gyllenhaal was brought in to one-up what they did with Thanos. Just think about that for a second. And yeah, Daniel Day-Lewis, it's easy to transform when you're under 10 pounds of makeup every movie that you do. Jake Gyllenhaal has to do everything with his eyes and his face.
All right. Very nice. Very nice. John, whenever you're ready, you're on the clock.
So can call it a dick move, whatever. The proof is in the pudding. Every movie he does is great. And you want to talk about, he only does this one thing? Yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal works with his eyes and his face. As in every movie, he gets really wide eyes and shakes his hands like this. Now, again, I love Jake Gyllenhaal, but he's not the best actor in the last 25 years. I can think of 1,000 actors that are better. His track record is not that good. You have Bubble Boy. You have Prince of Persia. You have all the rom-coms he did in the early 2000s. You have the Netflix movie that he was a dispatcher. That movie sucked. Enemy. There's a million movies that he's been in that aren't that great. Yes, when he hits, he hits. But when he misses hard. As for Josh Brolin, replaceable. He's either in an ensemble cast or he's in a movie where someone else can do that role just as easily. You say Thanos, Kristen Judge, the guy who voiced and portrayed Kratos in the newest video games, he could have done Thanos easily. Daniel Day-Lewis, the reason his movies hit,
30.
the reason his acting prowess is so good is because when he's in those roles, nobody else can make those movies succeed. It's because of Daniel Day-Lewis. No other actor can do what he does because of Daniel Day-Lewis. I can think of a million roles that Josh Brolin was in. For No Country for Old Men, they originally were going to get Heath Ledger. But shit happened, so now Heath Ledger, they gave it to Josh Brolin. Same thing with Jake Gyllenhaal. A lot of the movies he's in, you can get a pretty boy to do it that just gets really mad and gets really emoted. Daniel Day-Lewis, every movie he's in, it's that level of good and iconic and historic because of Daniel Day-Lewis. He's the only one that can do that level of acting.
You're up.
Okay.
Shut up!
I wanted to finish the note. I just wanted to.
I
Jeez,
realized.
we have a show to run
I
here.
realized you took the headphones off. Moving on to Joe with Josh
I have a lot to
Brolin.
say about what he said. But
All right, Joe. Whenever you're ready.
You guys are doing great.
All right. The reason why I think Daniel Day-Lewis is not the best actor is because he's a psycho. Literally, that dude is nuts. He gets too into the character to the point he becomes that person in his mind, but like not in a good way, where he gets locked into the character the entire time he's on set. He's rude to people because that's how the character would act. That's going too far into method acting. He jumped the moon. Literally, they make fun of him in Tropic Thunder being like, I got stuck in a fucking, trying to re-enter the space station shit. And it's like, no, that's too much. Don't be that guy. And Jake Gyllenhaal, honestly, like John said, he has a lot of stinkers, man. Over the years, like, he's been in a lot of films that just aren't that great. Yeah, he's getting better as he gets older, I would say. But, like, honestly, if you look at his earlier work, it is bad, dude. He is not that great of an actor in his earlier work.
30.
He has a lot of stumbles. Like, I mean, there's some movies that he is great in, but honestly, as a whole, I think he's just a pretty boy. And I think he's like, a one-trick pony where he's like, I'm a funny guy, but I'm good looking. But also, at the same time, I can do a little bit of this, a little bit of this. But, like, honestly, I think he's definitely not should be in the conversation for best actor of all time, like, last 25 years. I think there's a lot of actors that are way better than he is.
All right. Very
3,
good.
2, 1.
Yeah. All right. I love how you were, troubleshooting that whole time there. You were running around like a maniac right there.
Well, I noticed some camera glitching, and I'm
I saw that too.
hoping that I fixed the issue.
Hoping. Anyway. All right.
So we think we're going to move on to the
Free-for-all round?
So.
Yeah. So whenever you guys are ready, please.
So right off the rip, whether or not you think he's a dick or not, the question is not, hey, who's been in good movies but is also a nice guy? No, it's who's the best actor in the last 25 years. So whether or not
Are you saying Daniel Day-Lewis has not made a bad movie in the last 25 years?
he's made one that was 9, he's still got a Golden Globe, and it was a musical. So I think
Golden Globes, they get drunk and hand each other,
but
trophies like that.
even his
that
worst
means nothing.
performance, 1 out of the 19.
Ballad of Jack and Rose is also bad.
That one's not
Also,
it.
I thought Lincoln was really boring, man.
It's a history
I'm sorry.
movie. You might not like it, but we're talking about his performance. I thought it was a good movie, but that's because I'm a history guy. Not everyone's going to love every style of movie. I hate rom-coms. Some people love rom-coms, but just because you don't like it doesn't mean you
Also,
can
what
ignore
was the
amount of
rom-com
dedication
Jake
he did.
Gyllenhaal did? I must
There's
have
a
missed
million.
it.
Hang on.
There's a million of, he
pull up
went
the
through a phase
list.
of rom-coms. I must have missed this phase of his career.
Yeah, because it sucks so much that
He
you
was in
ignore
Love
them.
and Other Drugs, which is actually a pretty good movie and actually better than most rom-coms out there.
Let's see. Wildlife sucked.
I've heard Cameron, our
Accidental
director,
Love,
say no
garbage.
like multiple times.
Love and Drugs, mid. Let's see.
pretty
Proof, never even heard of it.
Proof is
what's
not a
this one?
rom-com.
Well, I'm going off the cover, and it looks like it says rom-com in the description.
It is not a rom-com.
What's this one? Moonlight Mile. 62 on Rotten
no,
Tomatoes.
that movie's good. That movie is good,
Haven't
and that is
seen
not
that
a rom.
one.
That is not a
62
rom-com.
on
That is
Rotten
not a
Tomatoes.
rom-com.
Not sound like
Good
It's about
girl.
him getting over his dead wife. All right,
I'm just going
that is
off
not a
what Google
rom-com.
says, and Google is putting rom-com on some of these. So talk to Google later if you want. A Dangerous Woman, 43 on Rotten Tomatoes. Man, that's crazy.
He's
And that's just
barely
what
in
I
that.
saw. But you want to talk about it. You just said Daniel Day-Lewis's worst movie. Yeah, his worst movie out of 19. He's batting 18 for 19. And even his worst performance, he's still got an award for it because that's how good he was.
What
in
does
the
awards
movie.
mean? Jake Gyllenhaal hasn't gotten a single award,
Exactly.
which is BS.
I love that you asked that question. Daniel
There's a
Day-Lewis.
reason.
Daniel
'Cause he's not
Day-Lewis.
the best.
I mean,
Yeah,
Josh
wait.
Brolin have.
So, because we're talking about awards, Daniel Day-Lewis is the only person in history to get 3 Oscars for Best Actor. He's one of 6 to only ever get 3 Oscars, period. But he's the only person in history to get 3 Best Actor Oscars. That beats everyone. Only person in history.
Yeah,
because
and
of his
Jack
acting
Nicholson
prowess.
got one for As Good as It Gets. What does all
I'm
that
just
mean?
saying, if you're the only person in history for something, when you get knighted in 2014 because of your acting accolades, that says something. He is the Michael Jordan of acting. He's beating records that no one else can beat.
All right, but part of being a great actor is also big box office. Like, what is the box office with Daniel Day-Lewis? Jake
Well, if we're
Gyllenhaal.
going to bring up box office, man, Infinity War.
Yeah, you needed 20
Part
superheroes
That's
with
not
him.
because of Josh Brolin. You could have gotten any person. First off, he's not even the best Marvel villain in the MCU.
Yeah. There's a guy named Mysterio.
Mysterio is good. I will give you that.
I definitely
Michael
don't think
Keaton
Mysterio
as Vulture.
is a step up,
the
by the
first
way.
half of Black Panther with Michael B. Jordan before he became an exact double of Black Panther. He was good as what's his
Loki.
name? Killmonger. Loki, kinda. He became an anti-villain hero.
But a
bullshit,
lot of
which
people
Marvel
would
does.
say after Thanos left, the MCU just dove.
But not-
That's
but
because
not
of Thanos.
immediately.
That's because of
Not
it's been a
immediately.
20-year
Come
long
on,
arc.
after Endgame, it was over.
No.
but that's not
After
because of-
Endgame, there was a movie called Far From Home.
That is true. That was good. But again, it's not because of your actors. It's because that Kevin Feige had this 20-year-long story arc that portrayed phenomenally beautifully. And now it's like, oh shit, we need to find the next big bag. Does not matter because of Thanos. It does not matter because of Josh Brolin. It's because of the actual story and the writing and the producing and the how many people were in Endgame. And first off, we're not even talking about Endgame. We're talking about Infinity War, which is the worst of
Well,
the
it's
two.
free for all. We can name both at this
Well,
point.
I know, but I'm just saying we're talking about that. But I'm saying it's not Josh Brolin. It was not Josh Brolin. It was not Thanos.
In the first time you see Thanos in the MCU at the end
Wasn't
credit
him.
scene of Avengers, it's not even Josh Brolin at that point.
Like I said,
But people still got excited.
You could put anyone in the Thanos spot. Like I said,
Anybody with a similar jawline.
not even jawline, science or
Well, it didn't
technology.
use his jawline. What
But,
are you
like-
talking about jawline?
Yeah, look, I'll give Josh Brolin this. He has a good jawline.
Well, you see,
If this was a headshot contest, he'd win all day.
I'm hearing a lot about Daniel Day-Lewis and Jake Gyllenhaal. I want to hear more from Joe about Josh Brolin.
dude.
Yeah. But last point I want to make, and then I'll let you defend yourself.
Or not.
No. It's just very quick point. Yes, he has No Country for Old Men. He has Thanos. What else?
Dude, have you watched Dune?
Not his movie. All the movies you're talking about are ensemble pieces.
Oh, you want to talk about Denis Villeneuve movies? Oh, we'll get to that.
But even No Country for Old Men, I don't see that as a Josh Brolin movie.
Yeah, he's like third on the poster.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the point of
And
why
all
he's
this-
I
such
will
a good
say
actor.
though, Tommy Lee Jones should not be top billing on that movie.
He really shouldn't
Just
either.
saying.
But that's what makes
Gives
him a
that
great
monologue at the
actor.
end.
He is
'Cause he's
almost
getting
never a
upstaged by
leading
everybody else.
man, but because he's not a leading man and stealing the show as not being a leading man makes him the best
He
actor.
didn't steal the show from No Country for Old Men. What was the...
Yes,
No,
he did.
Javier Bardem, Anton.
Thank you.
Anton stole the
that
show.
was Anton's movie. Every scene you think about from No Country for Old Men was Anton.
What's the most lost in a coin toss?
Right? Name one scene Josh Brolin was
Name
in.
one line he said.
He doesn't.
He doesn't. He
Give me
says,
your shirt. Nope, that was Anton as well. See, I already fooled myself. But like I said, that was supposed to be Heath Ledger's role, but shit happened, so they gave it to Josh Brolin because he was secondary. Any role you put Josh Brolin in, he could be replaceable. There's no movie that I watch and goes, "Oh, thank God they got Josh Brolin because he was the only one that could do
Yeah,
that."
he's the only one that can play Cable.
I mean,
Nope, there were plenty others that could
come
have
on,
done it
he was
too.
a good Cable.
He was a good Cable, but in
plays-
everybody's least favorite Deadpool movie.
He plays a
Yeah,
straight
'cause they
man
only got
in all of
one
his
movie.
movies. He like, you want to talk about like people having certain ways they act? Every Josh Brolin movie he's in, it's like flat. He plays the straight guy. Someone else will do all the jokes or whatever. He's just a straight monotone dude. That's his role. You can't say he's the best actor when 90% of his movies, a lot of which sucked. Yeah, 'cause-
Also,
they're
you
going-
want to say how much he stands out? People
Jonah
still.
Hex, Mob Squad, Best of Roses, Men in Black 3, Gangster Squad, George W., where he tried to play
Oh,
a
he played
president
Bush.
and
I forgot
bombed.
about that. I
That
completely
movie
forgot
bombed.
about
So
that.
You can't, yeah. So you can't talk about how great Josh Brolin is, but then he tries to do movies. And again, just off track record, you guys, both of your guys have had stinkers.
But we-
big old
No.
bombs.
No.
But your boy over here, Daniel Day-Lewis, he's been starring in 19 movies. Of those 19, only one was bad, and even that one, his acting was the highlight, so much so that it got him an award.
I
So
mean,
just off straight, if we're going off straight stats, Daniel Day-Lewis has got you, both for awards and just overall movies. How many stinkers has Daniel Day-Lewis been in?
I can think of 3 off the top of
Go
my
ahead.
head. Like I said, Ballad of Jack and Rose 9, and I think the Crucible.
That was before the 25 year though.
Well, no.
Ballad of Jack
At
and Rose,
this-
I think, is 21st century.
In Free
don't
for
think
All,
so.
we are talking about all of their movies.
But what I'm
honestly,
saying is
I
the
think
question was who has
with
been
the
the best
Crucible
actor in
as
the last
well-
25 years. So we're ignoring stuff
Very
before that.
early.
25
you
years
want
are.
to you want to
Yeah,
talk
I'll
about?
look at- where's my fact checker? Because I don't want to keep staring at my phone.
Okay, I'm gonna make my point now. See? There you go.
Okay, but who
But you-
else was in that movie though? Because was it an ensemble piece or
It was like
it
Catherine Keener, whatever her name is. But anyway, you
So
want to
then
talk?
you- okay,
no.
so 2.
Hold on, I'm going to
So
talk
2.
now.
No,
I'm going to
no.
talk now. I let you talk for 5 minutes.
Hold on.
Okay.
So 2. So 2.
But you want to
Daniel
talk about
Day-Lewis too.
ratio. Jake Gyllenhaal has been in far more movies than
And a
Daniel.
lot sucked. If you did it fractional based,
You
he
mentioned
would-
Bubble Boy, all right? Then you
Yeah.
mentioned Enemy. Enemy's a great movie.
No, it's not.
Yeah, yes, it is. He played
No,
a
it's
dual
not.
role. That turned out to be a split personality. He was so good in that. Dude
He-
looking for his
he
own
does
twin?
he does the same acting he did in that movie that he does with everyone else. He tries to play
Okay.
the nice, calm guy, but then he's secretly.
You're
really
telling
angry,
you're
really
telling me
mad.
that Nightcrawler is the same role
I didn't
as like
say anything about Nightcrawler, did I? I
But you
enemy.
said he does the same thing every time.
He does.
You're telling me that Nightcrawler is the same thing as Brokeback Mountain, is the same thing as Donnie Darko, is the same thing as
Same
Love
thing
and
as
Other
Donnie
Drugs,
Darko. Yeah,
as the same thing as Mysterio, as the same thing
Mysterio.
as Brothers, as the
Same
same
thing as
thing
Brothers.
as Covenant, is
Same
the
thing
same
as
thing.
Covenant.
Honestly, I would have to agree. He kind of plays the same.
He
character.
plays.
Dude, it's just the same.
He does.
character.
He does.
It's
The
Henry.
same thing
He
as
plays
Zodiac
himself.
is the same thing.
Immaculate time.
He does. He has 3 types of roles, and again, this is coming.
Oh,
from
so
someone-
it's the same thing, but he has 3 types.
Yeah, they're all. He cycles between the 3. So let me finish my thought. He is either a nice guy who's secretly evil, and he gets really mad, and he shakes a mirror, and he just gets really angry, or some sort of first responder, and then the third one is his era of like, oh, I'm just the nice guy, I'm the pretty boy.
Are
like-
either of you guys actor good enough to make a Michael Bay movie watchable? I don't think so. But Jake Gyllenhaal
Yeah,
is.
because Daniel Day-Lewis
I
has
was gonna
enough
say
honor
my-
and respect to
I don't
not
think
waste
he's
his
been in
time
it.
with that. Daniel Day-Lewis is selective in his movies for that reason. He sees the script, he loves it, he buys into it. He's not doing cash grabs like your 2 guys. And that's the honesty and that's the portrayal of acting. He did a whole interview. Like, he did a bunch of movies in like the early 80s and he was still like doing theater work. And in the middle of it, it was like a big thing back at the time. He got up and left in the middle of Hamlet. And they're like, what's this all about? And it's like, he's like, I had no feeling in it. And that's how he's been with all of his movies. Unless he's 100% into it, he's not doing it. So he's super selective in his movies. Your guys are like, how much are you going to give me? I'll do it. Prince of Persia? Sure, why not? W? Sure, why not? Because I just need a paycheck.
9, sure, why not?
Yeah, 1 movie. We've been over that.
Okay,
I could think-
I just named 2 other movies he was
No,
bad
you
in.
named 1 other one.
I said in Crucible. I don't think
Before the
Crucible.
25. And he was actually good
We
in
just
that.
established that we could argue.
But he
before
was also
25.
phenomenal in that movie. Just because the movie didn't do well does not mean he didn't.
Okay, then
perform
I can
well
mention
in it.
that plenty about Jake Gyllenhaal.
Give
Day
me
After
one.
Tomorrow is much better because Gyllenhaal's in it. Like, movie probably wouldn't be nearly as watchable. Same thing with Roadhouse. It's another actor was playing
First off, Roadhouse, it's good.
because of Gyllenhaal.
No, anyone could have done Gyllenhaal's role.
Oh hell no, hell no! Gyllenhaal has that likability and charisma to him that you need in a role like that. It's same thing with the original. If Patrick Swayze wasn't playing Dalton, you wouldn't be watching it.
Yeah, but there are other guys now that are just Michael B. Jordan could have done it.
And you're saying Gyllenhaal doesn't transform like Daniel Day-Lewis does. Did you see the transformation he
Steroids.
went?
I think getting jacked is not transformation because he did the same thing for Southpaw, where he also played a
He,
nice guy.
he,
who
ra-
got
he
broken.
ran 6 miles a day for that
No, he
role.
didn't.
Okay, but
Also,
what,
I don't believe Roadhouse. Like,
what do you mean you don't believe Roadhouse?
Like,
It never
I
happened.
don't believe
It never
him
happened.
as that character. I do not.
Just like one didn't need to get remade. Did
I thought it was
need to get
okay.
remade.
I
That's
thought
not
it was-
his fault it got remade.
But again, he just took the cash. He was
Yeah,
like,
I
I'll
get-
do it.
yeah.
By the way,
Why not?
originally it was supposed to star Ronda Rousey. So thank your blessings in the show.
I mean, that was
Versus Connor, that'd be kind of funny to watch.
Yeah,
it would
honestly, I
fit
would
in the
watch that.
popcorn like.
But
Where the fuck is everyone?
I don't. You know,
Where the
it's
fuck
just-
is
he's
everyone?
Not that guy. I'm sorry, he's not that guy.
Talking about not that guy. Your guy is never that guy.
Yeah,
My
he
guy
really-
is that guy.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
He's not that guy behind 15 other people that are potentially
yeah,
that
Joe, let's
guy,
hear some
and
more
then
from
he
you.
has 4 other people that could take
Yeah,
his spot. to
I
be
asked you to
that
name
guy.
more movies and you didn't really do that.
Oh well, hold on.
All right.
Let
well,
me
okay.
get my.
He pulled off the IMDb.
Pull up the IMDb. Hell yeah. We love the IMDb.
And no, the PG-13 cut of Deadpool doesn't count.
Sin City. He's great in that.
Was he even then? I don't
Ensemble
remember him in
cast.
that.
Ensemble cast,
Okay,
not his movie.
I will say
that's what
Ensemble
I've been
doesn't really matter.
arguing. But I'm
He's
saying
in the ensemble doesn't matter if he steals the show.
But he
do you-
didn't
no,
steal the show, is
that-
what I'm saying.
This is a genuine question. Who was he in that? I don't remember. him.
Also,
Bruce Willis was in
I'm gonna name a shit
remember
movie that he was great in.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, Planet Terror. Has anyone seen it? No.
oh,
one
that's
has.
the
Let's
Terrence.
hear it, let's
That's the
hear it.
Robert Rodriguez
You know what?
Grindhouse movie.
Oh,
Dude,
okay.
you know
He
what?
is great in that.
Again,
movie.
I don't remember him.
Like,
I remember.
he plays-
was it Rose
Let
McGowan?
Joe
I
talk,
remember
let
her.
Joe
Yeah,
talk. Hold on.
she's in it. He plays a doctor in it. He plays her husband. He is sinister as fuck in that movie. Honestly, I think that's the role that got him the role of Thanos, because he is sitting there like
6
in
years later?
everything he
I was
says.
gonna say, when did that come out?
Like 2007, I want to
I
say.
haven't seen that one, so.
It was
But,
the
like,
Grindhouse thing.
Literally,
okay.
like as the movie progresses, he just gets more sinister and more sinister, and eventually you find out that he's infected with the virus as well, and like literally the like boils are coming out of his face, and he's like
And he
coming
turned
at
into
her.
the Goonies. He turned
Hey, you guys!
Turned into sloth.
Well, I mean,
Sloth.
come on, the Goonies as well. I mean, that's kind of outside of I think over 25 years,
But still.
but it's a great movie.
Yeah. Okay, he was a child actor. So was my guy. You ever see City Slickers?
No, I didn't.
He plays Billy Crystal's son in that movie. Really good. And then October Sky. He was so good in October. He made you care about a little kid who just wanted to build a rocket. All right, can I say that about your guys? I don't think so.
Also,
No,
the Rocketeer
you only care
exists.
about the president who has to struggle through the 13th Amendment. You only have to care about a guy.
Okay,
Actually,
so many actors
for-
have played Lincoln before. Like Henry Fonda played Lincoln.
Didn't do it as good.
I
Keep
think
going.
he did pretty damn well. Henry
Not as
Fonda.
good. Not as good.
Background.
So let me. This is the
Only we
scene
can
that
hear it.
I
It's
think of
hilarious.
when I think of Daniel Day-Lewis, at least with Lincoln, and I don't think anyone else hit it as hard as he did. There was a scene with him and Mary Todd, and Mary Todd is doing her usual, like, she was very like mentally ill, and at one point, Daniel Day-Lewis as Lincoln portrays all this rage and anger because he's frustrated to deal with her. He's like, our kid died while you made everything about you, and at a flip of a hat, he flipped it from all this anger and rage to sadness and sympathy. He's like, and envious. He was like, you're allowed to feel that way. You can feel that way. I can't. I have to channel it all in. And just that dynamic switch, I don't think anyone has been able to portray Lincoln, A, accurately because he was dealing with that stuff, but B, in just a beautiful way to show all that range and that emotion in one scene.
Okay.
A lot of other Lincolns are very like
boring
one-noted.
A boring way.
Okay.
Again, you might not like
But
history movies, but
it's
acting is
very
acting.
easy to make one of the most interesting figures in history interesting in a movie. What Jake Gyllenhaal did, he took a guy like Jeff Bauman, who lost his legs in the Boston Marathon bombing, and before that time, he was just your average Joe. Jake Gyllenhaal made him so captivating, and Jake Gyllenhaal has even said this. He played him, and this was even after he played Mysterio. He said that Jeff Bauman was the greatest superhero he ever played.
Yeah, the dude's a hero. But again, like, they're both.
But he's just a regular guy. And Jake Gyllenhaal played him with such depth. Like this crash out scene in the car where he finds out he's going to be a father. And
another
then she,
scene where he crashes out.
it's always believable though.
But again,
And he always plays
Every-
it in different ways.
except for Daniel
like his
Day-Lewis.
crash out in Stronger is much different than his crash out in
they're all
Nightcrawler.
no, they're all crash outs. They're
No,
all the
no,
same.
no, because he tells a different story with his eyes. Because
wide and shakes. That's what he does.
In Stronger,
That's
no,
his-
no, 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 no. In Stronger, he's very vulnerable. He's saying, "I can't do this. Why do you want me?" In Nightcrawler, he's frustrated because he's not getting his way. So he's basically throwing a toddler tantrum.
I crashed out, then I crashed out. Okay.
Well, and then
The context might be different, but
and then
as,
and
from
then
an
and then in
acting
Stronger
standpoint,
and then in Stronger he leaves him in the car and then he crawls his way to the door and he's banging on the door and Gyllenhaal admitted that he was at that door for like 30 minutes banging on the door.
sounds like he was trying to method act. Where did he learn that from?
But he does it the right way. He's not a dick to
Yeah, we're not
everybody.
talking
Leto,
about
of
his
course.
life outside of the.
But that's part of it.
No, it's not. The
Yes,
question
it is.
The
That's where
question
he
is not
learns
who's a nice guy. The question is who is the best actor. Who can't
Well,
like you can't bring up the
But
outside world
being a credit
into the into.
being a credit to your set is gonna make more great directors want to work with you, and that's Drake.
I
Gyllenhaal-
think every director be fighting at like to deal with Daniel Day-Lewis. Every director would.
you think
want,
Tarantino would want to put up with Daniel Day-Lewis's ass?
Hold on, guys. Hold on.
Tarantino is in and of himself an asshole. So if you want to talk about that, but go ahead.
I'm gonna say
making sure.
you're talking about method acting a lot, and this is brought up a very good point. Jared Leto's a method actor as well. So like,
I'm a bad name.
yeah. So
That is.
method acting is not always the greatest method. 'cause-
but
But I'm saying the argument shouldn't just be
The
he's a
amount
method
of
actor.
dedication that Daniel Day-Lewis has is shown in the acting because the
you
way
think Jared Leto's not dedicated?
but he sucks.
definitely
So
dedicated.
I'm saying Jared.
Not always.
What movie?
Dallas Buyers Club, he was good.
He won
I
an
didn't know
Oscar
he
for
was in that.
Requiem
so-
for a Dream, he was good.
So just I'm not saying because
Slit
he does method acting he's therefore great. I'm saying the fact that I'm saying his method acting is an example of how much dedication that then shows how good he is. This is why he's so good. I'm not saying he's so good because he does this.
Okay.
I'm saying, because like you said, there are other
enough.
actors that method act.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
But I'm saying that's how he does it, and that's the proof's in the pudding. And again, you want to just talk about it. The amount of stuff he's done shows. Like for In the Name of the Father, where he was just, I'll scratch that. With both of your actors, and a lot of actors in general, they all have a signature thing. Tom Cruise runs. Tom Hanks pisses. Samuel Jackson says "motherfucker" every movie. Your guy crashes out in every movie.
And your guy doesn't
Well, hold
crash
on a
out. That's
sec.
another point.
Hold
Your
on
guy
a sec.
crashes out quite a bit.
When?
I didn't even know Tom Hanks. That's his thing. Pissing.
Yep.
Fuck.
Yep.
Wait, I missed that.
In Apollo, there's a scene where he pisses. In Green Mile, he pisses. In
Philadelphia.
Castaway,
Philadelphia.
he
In
pisses.
Green Mile,
Philadelphia,
he
he
can't
Oh, there's
pisses.
one in Forrest
No,
Gump.
but then the
Toy
guy
Story.
grabs his junk and he's magically healed and he can then piss. In every one of Tom Hanks' movie, he pees.
Oh yeah, dude. That threw
It
me
was
off
so
in Green Mile.
important.
I'm
It
like,
was so important that it was a whole like plot point in the movie
yeah.
of Green Mile.
So the whole thing, like,
Now
I'm like,
watch me as I whip this out.
But a lot of actors have a signature thing, and I think it's a discredit to their acting because it's like it takes you out of the movie. Like Brad Pitt eats.
Daniel
in all
Day
of
Lewis
his
has a signature thing.
what?
Freaking being a method actor, he has to transform his face, and he does have crash outs. He has crash
a
out
character.
in Gangs of New York. He has a crash out
Yeah.
in There Will Be Blood. He has crash
Well,
outs.
those are two, and those are two
He has a
villain
fight
roles.
with his wife in Lincoln. That's
not
basically a crash out.
That was an emotional argument. I don't think that's the same.
Well, in Stronger, it's an argument between him and his girl. He's like, I can't be a father. So if that's not a crash out, then you
Well,
can't
even
call
if
this
you
a
take
crash
that
out.
one out, the amount of movies like
Also-
Prisoner, every movie,
Ooh,
the
Prisoner is so
Prisoner is
good.
good. Again, I'm not saying Jake Gyllenhaal is a bad actor. If I was, that's lying. I'm saying he's good. I'm not saying he's the best. And I'm saying the issue with and like an example of him not being the best is that he has a theme in his movies.
But if his
like,
thing is crash out, there's so many movies where he's so understated. If you actually watched Moonlight Mile instead of just read it as a rom-com, it's not a rom-com.
talk to Google. I'm going off Google.
His wife.
okay, let's wrap it up.
All right, and on that, we're gonna get to closing arguments. So,
Okay, can I make my point?
Yeah, I still
Yeah,
want to hit
oh.
on Josh Brolin. We didn't hit on Josh Brolin that much. Do we?
I'd say you.
Well,
beat
he
the
can't
shit
really
out of
defend
Josh
Josh Brolin all that much.
He's already down.
I was going to say in Moonlight Mile, he plays a young guy who just lost his wife, and he's dealing with the aftermath with his wife's parents. Spoiler alert: what you don't know is that him and his wife actually broke up right before she got murdered. So he's very understated. Like you think he should be like crying and bawling and all that, but he's not. And the reason that he's not is because he knows like we were done anyway. Like I was out of love with her already, and he feels bad about that because now he has to act like everything's fine with her parents. So he does play very understated characters as well. Like I said in Nocturnal Animals, he plays both the character in the story that does have his crash out, who's lost everything, but then he plays the same guy in real life who actually did lose the same thing. He lost his wife and a baby who his wife aborted after they broke up. And he's very understated. He's just lost in the rain, and he's just a broken man, but he doesn't crash out. So I'm just wanted to point that out to show the
fine.
range of
You're fine.
what he's doing.
But you want to also talk. I got one more note.
No.
One more note. You want to talk about?
yeah, okay. No, John, we're gonna start with you.
Yeah, we'll start with
we're gonna
the
start
closing
with you
argument
for
for
closing
you.
arguments.
Okay.
Okay, closing
You're gonna have
arguments.
to tell me when the timer's up. So I'm
Yes,
not just
I got you. All right, you're on the clock. Go for it.
So, again, acting in general is making it seem like you are somebody else, and both of your actors have had themes in their acting. Daniel Day-Lewis is the only one that has done stark opposites. He was a former IRA member, and then in a different movie, he was an accused IRA member. Again, Gangs of New York, he was one of the most notorious villains of all time, to then become one of the most notorious heroes of all time with Lincoln. You want to go off stats. Again, only person in history to get 3 Oscars. He has 139 awards across the board, countless nominations, got knighted for his knighthood, just off stats, and then, or got knighted for his acting capability. Thank you. I'm in the zone. Yeah, so, but again, neither of your guys' actors have won any awards. Neither of your actors have had nearly as good of a track record with movies. You both, Jake Gyllenhaal and Josh Brolin, are in double digits of bombs and stinkers, and it's because of their acting. Daniel Day-Lewis has had 1,
30.
maybe 2 movies, and again, one of which he was the best in and still got an award. So if we want to talk about someone who has been the best for the past 25 years, his performances show and his stats show.
You still got 20 seconds.
Oh, now I have more
I
time?
said 30.
No. Okay, so you throw me off.
30.
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, you're good. All right, Joe. Whenever you're ready. You're
All
on
right,
the clock.
man. So Josh Brolin, you guys tried to hit on him not being the lead, but again, that's what makes him a great actor. He is not always the leading man. He doesn't have to be the leading man because he can really shine in those moments of, being in the background, but also like really bring it to the forefront of, being a great actor. Like he really, I failed.
Wow. I've never seen Wade with the white flag like that.
All right. If you want to keep going, you can. But okay. All right.
Tell us what you did
They
yesterday.
had much better arguments.
All right, Paul. Whenever you're ready, you're on the clock.
Okay. I guess this is our reality now. Jake Gyllenhaal, okay, with Daniel Day-Lewis, you want to say that, he has a better ratio. But if he made 2 bad movies and then like 3 or 4 good movies this century, how is that a good ratio? Jake Gyllenhaal has done much more movies, but also a majority of them are great. You want to bring up Bubble Boy and Prince of Persia. I got a list for you. All right, other than Nightcrawler, Nocturnal Animals, October Sky, Donnie Darko, Moonlight Mile, Day After Tomorrow, Brokeback Mountain, Jarhead, Zodiac, Brothers, Love and Other Drugs, Source Code, End of Watch, Prisoners, Enemy, Southpaw, Everest, Life, Stronger, Spider-Man Far From Home, Alien, The Covenant, Roadhouse. Okay.
Just listed out the IMDb.
Yeah.
No, I had that written down in my
He
notes.
has that written down. Wow.
Because all of them, he's really good. And even if the movies aren't great, they're good because of Jake Gyllenhaal. All of those roles are unique in their own way. I mean, he can play real life. He can play
30.
super fantastical. Like, I mean, Life and Far From Home are quite different from Nightcrawler and Prisoners or Zodiac that play very real life roles. He's done war movies, he's done romance movies, he's done dramas, he's done comedies. He is the complete package of an actor you want to see in the 21st century. You go to a movie for Jake Gyllenhaal, you might be curious about a movie with Daniel Day-Lewis, but Jake Gyllenhaal is the greatest actor of the 21st century. That is how it should be said, and that is how it should be read.
All right. It is time for our decision. Danny,
Well,
you got a lot of notes there,
I have a lot of
friend.
notes, and I think we should take a minute to deliberate.
All right, so we're going to go deliberate. We're going to go deliberate.
It's Josh Brolin.
Bye.
In our office.
Yeah, after that closing arguments, I'm scared of Josh Brolin.
Joe took himself out of consideration.
Yeah, we
Josh
kind
Brolin.
No offense, we didn't really talk at all about
No,
Josh
but then
Brolin.
I won't say
Well,
it's a
he
bad
didn't
thing.
really talk
You
about
made
Josh
You
Brolin.
did make some good points on
Yeah.
some of those movies,
I just
especially
wanna-
Planet Terror. That was a very good point.
Yeah, I want to highlight, he does steal the show without being the leading man a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely agree with that point.
It's very good for ensemble pieces.
That didn't work for me when I argued for Batista, though.
There were just too many things. Like one of his most iconic roles was No Country for Old Men. He was the second choice. He's also kind of a nepo baby, which isn't saying that he's not
There's
talented.
so many nepo babies.
Yeah, it's really
I was
good
gonna say,
hard.
it's Hollywood.
Yeah.
That's Hollywood now.
M. Night
It's just the way
Shyamalan's
it
last
is.
movie was Nepo Baby the movie.
Literally,
It
that was
literally
Nepo
just
Baby
a
the
movie for
movie.
his
His
daughter's
daughter-
album.
Yeah.
That might.
I thought After Earth was Nepo Baby the movie.
That's although another great
Another
example.
Shyamalan.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, unfortunately, Josh Brolin's out of the mix. Even
Sorry.
though
Sorry.
I like your pick, and you
It's an interesting pick. I'll give you that.
Where we kind of had our, the main point of contention was Daniel Day-Lewis may have all the best acting accolades. He's known for being, I'm an actor. He was knighted for acting.
Yes. He's won 3 Oscars.
3 Oscars. He made history. We understand that.
2 of those in the 21st century.
Oh, yeah, My Left Foot, yeah.
But PK, you really pulled it together there right at the end where you mentioned Jake Gyllenhaal is, because the question is 21st century, best actor, living actor of the 21st century. That was the best point for Jake Gyllenhaal. Also, he's kind of more well-known, more prolific.
Yes, he's a man of the people, as we've been talking about amongst ourselves.
Yeah,
But-
part of being an actor is box office.
But then again, Daniel Day-Lewis, he becomes the character every time. He's selective. He's dedicated. I say they both have range. If not, Daniel Day-Lewis kind of bumps just a little bit. He's dynamic in scenes. When you broke down that scene in Lincoln,
So good.
he
Even if
also
you're not a
made-
history guy, that scene in general, you gotta look it up. Mary Todd versus Abraham Lincoln. It's such an emotional scene.
I've seen the scene.
Good
It is
crash out.
really good. That's
PK,
probably
you
the best
also-
scene in the movie. But
Okay.
PK also made a good point though. You picked Lincoln for his, for one of his movies. Lincoln's already a really interesting person So there's not a lot that he had to
It's hard to go wrong playing Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Slayer. That went wrong.
But that's not
That
a
was a
true to
great-
life
What are you
Lincoln.
talking about?
Excuse me. That's a masterpiece.
That
Classic.
CGI horse hopping fight
It's
scene.
so good.
You can go wrong with it.
Not if you stick to the facts.
And so I know you guys, regarding Jake Gyllenhaal, you guys talked a lot about the crash outs. PK brought it, you sprinkled it in there. He does have different flavors of crash outs. I agree with that one. So it's not just he just does the same thing, even though it is the same thing. He can make it work, kind of like how Jack Nicholson can play angry a bunch of different ways.
Oh yeah.
But I think ultimately we're gonna have to go with Daniel Day-Lewis.
I proclaimed these people emancipated, then, thenceforward, and forever free.
Thought God damn. Yeah,
You guys were very good. Very good.
That was that. They will tell you that was probably the going against Jake Gyllenhaal, hardest thing to do.
All right, and John.
that was probably honestly my hardest fight right there.
So
See, I didn't even think when I think of Jake Gyllenhaal, I don't really think of like.
Oh, he's so good.
Like,
not as good as Daniel Day-Lewis, but
And
so good.
PK, you really fought hard, and you made a lot of points that I would have never even thought about. But
all right,
You did
so,
make a good
yes.
argument, but I do honestly think that he's a good actor. He's not in the argument for best actor.
I think he so is.
All
I stand by him.
I think give him a few more like dramatic roles where like he can really bite into it and be
Okay. I want to go.
We're not arguing
No.
about
I want to go on a little mini rant. Talk about Oscar. Oscars fucking suck. How the fuck is Jake Gyllenhaal only got one Oscar
I
nomination?
agree, but
Okay.
when you break history, you got to acknowledge it. I agree.
Oscars are
I
not
agree
everything.
He should. Yeah, Oscars aren't end all be all, but when you are beating history, that should also be taken into account.
He got knighted, bro.
Knighted, dog. Knighted.
Okay. There are obviously other choices for Best Actor, which we'll probably come back to in some other time here. Like, obviously, there's, like, Gary Oldman, also been knighted for acting. Like, he's a great actor, too. Anyway, so, John, we will see you again in the finals, which will be in a couple weeks after we get through our next two topics. But our next topic is going to be Best Actress of the 21st Century.
see
We'll
a
have
theme.
a couple different people on there next week. Yes. Very good job. Thank you all for coming in. And thank you for watching. We are Duel of Debates. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok. Do we have TikTok for this?
We got TikTok.
Yeah, and TikTok with at Duel of
not
Debates. And I'm Dan. You can find me on Letterboxd with DonutMan96.
You can find me on Instagram. I'm Danny at Danny_Was. My letterbox is serialized at DJ Was, or my YouTube channel, which is just Danny Was.
Anybody want to do the socials? I don't think any.
Yeah,
of you
nobody
do. I don't
does
think,
socials.
I don't think any of you
Ghost,
do.
baby.
guys.
Yeah.
Straight ghost.
Straight ghost. All right. And just like that, we're going to fly out of here. We'll see you next time.